Austin, you heard from Austin?
I don't know, man. Austin is like very hit or miss. Hell, he could have actually had a heart attack after the game.
The thing is, like, how about it? If you live with anybody, you live by yourself. I don't know what we'd have done if you'd had to work in Cross Bridge.
Like, wouldn't have had a Steph would have just had to do it. Steph, I like it when Steph and Lex are both here. Because Steph is talking in my ear.
Yeah.
He's back there like.
His Lex here as well.
Lex is doing the technical, and Steph is like he told me we were on a 9-2 run. I didn't even know it because I couldn't keep over that.
So they're doing replay, right? They got replay.
I believe so. I went and talked to Morgan. I said, why was there only 2 replays? And she goes, Steph. And I was like, so that's how many y'all take? She's like, I guess. I was like, because I thought that I was just doing something wrong. And she said no, that he was like, she was telling him to take a replay, and he was like, no, I don't like that.
Thank everybody for participating in the halftime 3-point shootout for Jimmy Thomas. We'll do this again at halftime of the men's basketball game.
You should have gotten offered another one.
There's not like an ex-player here, right?
A what?
Like, there's not like a former. Is the team here?
He was here.
He's right here. You're gonna ask him?
Yeah, ask him if he wants to do it.
He'll do it. He said, I ain't never done it before, but...
Yeah. No, that's good then.
He said, do it. What's up, Jake Strong? Good. I'm telling you, dude. Dude, you pick them over here now, honestly. Yeah, I don't think we're one of us wins. I get 2 or 3 days. Hello and welcome back into Trustmark Arena here at the University of Montevallo as the Montevallo Falcons are taking on the Shorter Hawks here. The Hawks currently have the lead 38-21 as we get set to start the third quarter. Montevallo struggled early in the first quarter, only scoring 5 points, but bounced back scoring 16 in the second. It'll be Shorter basketball. The scoring leaders so far for Shorter, Bianca Thornton is carrying the load with 11 points, while Montevallo's leading scorer is Cassidy Bonebrake and Deasia Marsh, who both have 5 apiece, but no one has scored more than 5 for Montevallo. Courtney Smith over to Marsh, will fire for 3. No good. Rebound to Gaines. Ahead to Raven Fair, who passes it to Thornton, who can't get a layup to go, but a foul is committed by number 10, Brianna Thompson, who picks up her 3rd personal foul here. Cunningham gets it to go. A high bounce off the rim, but falls in, and that's the second three-pointer made. Or excuse me, it was a long 2. An offensive rebound there by Gaines. But the layup isn't converted by Thompson. Montevallo gets the ball back. Bonebrake over to Ward. Down to Smith. We'll take it back to the top of the key and find Bonebrake. 10 on the shot clock, pass is tipped. Smith comes up with it, turns around. Can't get it to go. Gaines with the rebound. Cunningham goes crashing to the ground. But Gaines goes all the way to the hole for the layup. 40-23. Marsh, great pass by Cunningham there, but Marsh is fouled. So she'll go to the line to shoot 2 is number 3, Ronnie Richardson, who committed the personal foul there. That's her 2nd personal foul.
Shooting 2 from Montevallo, number 30, Deasia Marsh.
Marsh's first free throw is good. That has been the one bright spot today for Montevallo, despite not shooting well from the field or from beyond the arc. They are shooting 80% from the free throw line as Marsh knocks down both. It's a 15-point game. Gaines kicks it back out to Richardson. Over to Thornton, who will try a 3. And that one misses. Long rebound is corralled by Newton. Jackie Hudson. Kick out to Newton for 3. Air ball, rebound to Ward. Bonebrake will drive in now. And it's stolen by Gaines, but Bonebrake keeps fighting and gets it back. And they'll reset the shot clock to a fresh 30 seconds. Ward for 3, drains it. Paige Ward. And that's the kind of offensive possession that's going to get momentum going for this Montevallo team as they fought for the ball back after Bonebrake nearly turned it over and then turned it into 3 points. Richardson, kick out to Newton. Go back to Hudson inside, who's double team, and Bonebrake takes it away. And she'll slow it down here and find Cunningham. Over to Bone Break. Cunningham, top of the key for three. No good. Rebound to Hudson. Montevallo continues to struggle from three. Only 2 made three-pointers in today's game. As a foul is called against Cheyenne Cunningham on the other end of the floor.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 10, Nautica Philpott.
So Nautica Philpott, the freshman, will come in to replace Cheyenne Cunningham, and then substitution for Shorter. Number 10, Brianna Thompson, with 3 fouls, comes in to replace Ronnie Richardson. So Shorter will inbound. Hudson wide open. Just fooled Courtney Smith. 42-28. And it'll be Shorter basketball as the pass by Philpott was tipped and then it went off of Marsh's arm. Gaines will bring it forward. And again, Thornton scoring 44-28. Montevallo just cannot find an answer defensively for Shorter, especially in the paint. Bone break. Out to Philpott, who has her pass stolen by Thornton. Ahead to Gaines. And Newton puts it in for 2. Montevallo tried to hustle back and get the steal, but Newton was there for Shorter to turn it into 2 points. Thornton again comes up with the steal. Gaines this time. Lays it in and the foul. Nautica Philpott fouled Gaines there. And what a game Bianca Thornton has had. She has 13 points, 2 steals, and has hauled in 8 rebounds. And the first dead ball under 5 minutes, so we'll have the media timeout here with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Shorter leading 48-28. We'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena. Welcome back to Trustmark Arena. 4:50 remaining in the third quarter here. Shorter leading by 20 points, 48-28, and this is their largest lead of the game. And Shorter has just been dominant here in this one. Out-rebounding Montevallo 33-23. They've only turned the ball over 6 times, while Montevallo has turned it over 13 times. And in the paint, Shorter is outscoring Montevallo 24-10.
Get her hands off of her. With both hands. She hit it with both hands.
And Gaines nearly comes up with the steal, but it will remain Montevallo basketball. And Coach Manana is very upset, arguing that there was too much contact there by Gaines. He believed it warranted a foul, but the officials disagreed. Perez gets it taken right out of her hands. Hudson picked her pocket there. And Gaines is fouled on the other end of the floor, and She went down hard there. Hopefully she's okay. It was Marine who committed the foul. Gaines' free throw misses. Shorter has shot well from the floor with 40% in the game, but they have struggled from beyond the arc and from the free throw line, shooting just 56% from the charity stripe. But it's just been the rebounding and the points off turnovers that have really kept Shorter in this game as Montevallo turns it over again. Hudson inside double team, has to kick it out to Newton, who took too many steps there. That was an easy call there from the official. And again, Shorter will apply pressure here on the inbound. Foster somehow gets away from the trap, loses the ball though. Ronnie Richardson comes up with it. And Richardson is fouled, and it barely rolls out. So she'll go to the line to shoot two. It was Alba Perez guilty of the foul there.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 11, Kaya Say.
So Jamaica Maureen will take a breather as Kaya Sane comes back in. And this is the first time we've seen Sane since she appeared early in the first quarter and picked up two quick fouls. Ward throws it away. Thornton comes up with the steal. And Ward commits the block there. So Thornton will go to the line to shoot two. Ward picks up her second personal foul. Ward kicks it out to Perez. 52-28, the lead by the Hawks here. Kaya Sane will drive in and get it to go off the glass as it bounced around the rim there. And Shorter was on a 12-0 run before that layup by Kaya Sane. And that was the first points scored since 4 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter by Montevallo. Newton has her jumper rim out, rebound to Sane, who's averaging a 4.8 a game. Bone break for three in transition. Can't knock it down. Jackie Hudson, the big rebound. But she has it go off of Alba Perez. It looked like, to my angle, it went off of Hudson, but it went off of Alba Perez out of bounds, so it'll be Shorter basketball. Thornton over to Richardson. Kicks it back to Thornton, who will fire a deep three and drains it in the face of Cassidy Bonebreak. 55-30, 25-point lead for the Hawks. And a travel by Demaya Foster. So again, the Montevallo Falcons turn it over. And Allison Latch comes in for the first time today and will give Bone Break a breather here. 2:19 remaining here in the third period. And they're going to get Alba Perez with a foul away from the ball here. We're going to say that she applied too much contact there to Grace Keeley on the block. So that's the fourth personal foul for Alba Perez, and we will most likely see her taken out of the game here. Montevallo with 5 fouls in the third, so Shorter in the double bonus. Keeley missed the first free throw. She'll have a second attempt here. Deasia Marsh checks in.
Number 30, Deasia Marsh.
Keeley's second free throw was good, 26-point lead, largest of the game. Marsh, jumper at the free throw line, knocks it down. Marsh, the leading scorer from Montevallo, with 7. And Keeley took too many steps inside. So Shorter turns it over. And Ward throws it out of bounds. Just an errant pass there by Ward. And with that, Montevallo has turned the ball over 19 times, just as Shorter's 8. Keeley saves it from going out of bounds. Back to Thornton, who commits the offensive foul. It was Deasia Marsh stepping in and taking the charge there. Shorter continues to apply pressure, the full court press.
Number 3, Jamaica Maureen.
Maureen comes in to take out Ward. Sane, trapped, has to turn back around, throws it away. Thornton comes up with the steal ahead to Ronnie Richardson, but he goes out of bounds. And Montevallo will get the ball back. Sloppy possession by both sides. Sane will give it to Marine. Driving in the middle. Offensive foul. Second personal foul against Marine. 57.5 remaining in the third period. 56-32, the lead for Shorter. And Thornton buries another 3. She is having a day. 20 points now for Thornton. And another steal by Shorter, and Newton lays it in, 61-32. Montevallo just can't get it across half court at this point. In this third quarter, Montevallo has turned it over 10 times. And Latch can't knock down the 3. It goes out of bounds off of Shorter. Will remain Montevallo basketball, so they'll look to have the final possession of the third period with 10.2 remaining. Marine gets the inbound pass, dribbles out to the top of the key. 3, 2, 1. Needs to fire it up. And it just barely gets it off in time, but no good. And we played 3, and we'll have 1 left to play here in Trustmark Arena as Shorter has just dominated 61 to 32. We'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena for quarter number 4. Welcome back into Trustmark Arena as we get set for the start of the 4th period here between Montevallo and Shorter. And want to remind you, coming up after the end of this game, the Montevallo men will take on the Shorter men at approximately 7:30. Montevallo coming off a huge win against Lee, 68 to 67. Jamar Gilbert gave Montevallo the go-ahead 3 late in the second half. And that one goes out of bounds off of Keeley, or off of Montevallo, so it'll be Shorter basketball. And that was a dismal third quarter for Montevallo as they scored just 11 points, while Shorter had the best quarter of the entire game, scoring 23 points. And Montevallo's turned over the ball 22 times, only averaging 17 turnovers. Three-pointer by Sane, no good. She gets her own rebound and is fouled. It was number 13, Raven Fair, who committed the foul against Sane. Foster inbounds to Jamaica Marine. Goes in, loses the ball, but a foul is called. And it's 13 again, Raven Fair. So with that, Raven Fair has 3 now. And I mentioned Montevallo turned the ball over 22 times, and with those 22 turnovers, Shorter has turned it into 25 points. And Marine knocks it down. So you limit the turnover. So if Montevallo were to limit their turnovers here in this game, we're looking at a much closer game despite the poor shooting from the field, 26% from Montevallo and from the field from Montevallo and 11% from the three-point line. As Latch knocks it down from the elbow. And again, I want to point out the one bright spot for Montevallo has been their free throw shooting. 10 made free throws on 12 attempts, 83%. They have not been able to get to the line as much as Shorter has. Shorter has attempted 25 free throws in this game. And they'll attempt 2 more here as Ragsdale is fouled. Shorter not shooting well from the charity stripe, 56% after that missed free throw by Ragsdale. Not shooting well from 3 either, just 29%. Bianca Thornton is shooting well, 3 of 8 with 20 points. But again, it's really the defense that has forced the turnovers against Montevallo that has allowed Shorter to dominate in the fashion that they have, as Deasia Marsh cuts into the lead by knocking down a 3. And she has had a good game for Montevallo. 10 points, or 12 points for her now. And she's got 7 rebounds as well. Just 3 rebounds away from a double-double. A freshman out of Montgomery, Alabama. Is out of bounds off of Ragsdale, so it'll be Montevallo basketball. Substitution for Shorter. Number 10, Brianna Thompson, and number 13, Raven Fair check in. Raven Fair has 3 fouls. And again, Montevallo turns it over. The pressure of Shorter is just causing all kinds of problems for Montevallo, and at times they just can't even get it across half court. Newton over to Gaines inside. Layup no good, but Raven Fair's there on the offensive glass. Another area of the game that Shorter is dominating. They have 13 offensive rebounds just to Montevallo's 5. And they have turned that into 10 second chance points. And in this half, Montevallo's only had 1 offensive rebound. They have not been able to get anything going on offense here, as Kaya Same misses a layup, and an offensive rebound there by Deasia Marsh has turned into 2 points. And Foster comes up with the steal. Catches Newton asleep. And Foster almost comes up with it again. They're going to say it went off of her hands and out of bounds instead of Newton's. So Montevallo starting to get a little momentum here. But I'm afraid it's too late. 65-43 with 6:54 to go. And Marsh has 14 points now to lead Montevallo. Newton, easy lay-in, 6 points for her. Cunningham over to Foster. Driving in, floater, no good off the back iron, and she goes crashing to the floor. And a travel is called against Shorter. It was Bianca Thornton. So it'll be Montevallo basketball. And as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the fourth quarter has been the best quarter offensively for Montevallo, as they've scored 252 points combined this season in the fourth quarter, but their opponents have had more success in the fourth quarter, outscoring them with 312 total points in the fourth quarter this season, as Thornton lays it in there easily. (69-43). Marsh over to Foster, who drives in and can't get it to go with her left hand. Newton goes quickly the other way over to Fair, guarded by Latch, and Latch commits the foul. Actually, they're going to get Cheyenne Cunningham with the foul instead. It will be the 4th personal foul against Cheyenne Cunningham today. Alba Perez has 4 as well. Fair knocks down the first one. Montevallo has committed 22 personal fouls in the game today, to Shorter's 15 they've committed. Shorter has attempted 28 free throws. Montevallo's only attempted 14. And that area, along with the turnovers and points off turnovers, really explain this enormous lead that Shorter has, 71-43, despite both teams not shooting very well. Foster gets the lay-in. Montevallo's lowest point total all season long is 47. They're just 2 points away from tying that. And the most points that Shorter has scored all year long is 80. They're getting close to that number. As Thornton drains a three. Bianca Thornton has been ridiculous in the second half. I don't believe she's missed a three-pointer all second half, as she's made 4. Smith draws the foul. And after Courtney Smith is fouled, we'll have our media timeout here as the first dead ball under 5 minutes here in the fourth period as Shorter leads 74-45. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You. We'll be right back. Courtney Smith will go to the line to attempt 2 free throws here. Misses that one. Montevallo, 85% from the free throw line today. Courtney Smith able to knock that one in, 74-46. Ronnie Richardson misses the floater, rebound to Cheyenne Cunningham, who is fouled. It's number 11, Tatum Ragsdale, who picks up her third. And that is the fourth personal foul, or excuse me, fourth team foul against Shorter here in the fourth quarter. So 1 away from the double bonus is Montevallo. Cunningham will inbound to Philpott. And Bianca Thornton is having a day, 25 points for her, but Jasmine Gaines is behind her with 12, having a good day as well. Bone break, buries the three. And Coach Venata will use a timeout here with 4:18 remaining in the game. And that's the first timeout taken here in the fourth quarter, so it automatically becomes a media here with 4:18 remaining. And again, Montevallo just not able to control the ball. Has turned the ball over 23 times here in this game, while Shorter has only turned the ball over 12 times. And this is a Montevallo team who's second in the conference in steals, averaging 10 a game, who has only stolen the ball 6 times, while Shorter has had 13 steals. .27 points off turnovers for Shorter, which again explains this huge lead, 74-49. And again, Shorter is dominating in the paint, outscoring Montevallo 34-16. But the bright spot for Montevallo is Deasia Marsh, who has come in with 14 points and has 9 rebounds, only 1 rebound away from a double-double. Gaines ahead to Ragsdale, nearly loses the ball, gets it back, and puts it in. Excuse me, that's Grace Keeley. So Keeley didn't score there, turned it over before the basket. But on the other end, Cheyenne Cunningham will go to the line to shoot 2 after she drew the foul. First one is missed. Second one is missed for Cunningham. Rebound to Fair. And she'll throw it ahead to Richardson. 1-on-2. Keeley lays it in. 76-49. Bone break falls down. They're going to get the blocking call against Ronnie Richardson. Montevallo in the double bonus here, so Bone Break will go to the line for 2 free throw attempts. And both teams have shot the ball a lot today. 59 field goals for Shorter attempted and 50 for Montevallo, but Shorter shooting 44%, while Montevallo shooting just 30%. Fair's jumper misses. Hudson, the offensive rebound, but it's taken away by Jemiah Foster with the steal, who lays it in with the left hand. And Coach Fanatta will use a timeout again. We'll use just a 30-second timeout here to score 76-53 with 3:25 remaining. And again, we want to remind you, coming up about 20 minutes or so after the end of this one at approximately 7:30, the men will take the floor and clash in a Gulf South Conference matchup. Montevallo snapped a 4-game losing streak on Saturday as they beat Lee 68-67, and they'll take on Shorter here. He's coming off a road win against West Alabama. Shorter basketball here. Montevallo in the full court press, and a foul committed by Nautica Philpott.
Personal foul number 10, Nautica Philpott. Her second personal, team foul number 3.
Gaines brings it across half court, going through everybody and laying it in. Jasmine Gaines with 14 now. Philpott trapped, throws it up to Foster, who makes a nice move inside, but unlucky bounce on the rim. And on the rebound, Montevallo commits the foul against Jackie Hudson. It was number 13, Courtney Smith, whistled for the foul there. Paige Ward will check in for Montevallo, so will Kaya Sane and Jamaica Maureen. Bone break. Smith and Nautica Philpott and Cheyenne Cunningham will come out. (78-53), Shorter leading. They have led the entire game. 3 minutes to go. And Coach Brown will take a timeout here, and we will as well. 3 minutes to go in this one. We'll be right back. After the timeout, we're back here in Trustmark Arena. Philpott knocks it away, but it goes back out of bounds, so it'll remain Shorter basketball. Ronnie Richardson over to Thornton. Tries to throw it across half court to Gaines. To a crashing Hudson, who lays it in through contact. Jackie Hudson has had a great game as well. Ward will shoot a three. No good. Rebound to Thornton. And Thornton has a double-double today. 25 points and 11 rebounds as Gaines gets it to go on the other end of the floor. 82-53. Shorter has now scored the most points in any game that they've played all season long. And they'll improve to 2-6 in conference. And 4-10 overall. But we do still have 2 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in this one, but a large lead by Shorter, 82-53. Miracles do happen, but
Substituting in from Montevallo, number 21,
Cassidy bone break comes in. Demai Foster will come off. Gaines' free throw is good. Tatum Ragsdale back in for Shorter. Deasia Marsh will check in for Montevallo next dead ball. Ward out to Sane, who will drive in. Off the glass, no good. Rebound to Newton. Throws it ahead to Richardson. Over to Fair. Inside to Keeley, who is blocked or fouled by Sane. And this is Coach Dawn Brown's first year as the head coach of Shorter, and she brings some D1 experience. She was a former head coach at Prairie View A&M. Prior to that, she was an assistant and then became the interim head coach. And last year, she led the team to their conference tournament and led them to their 4th straight national tournament appearance. So Coach Brown brings a wealth of knowledge from Division I women's basketball to D2 basketball here in the Gulf South Conference, and we're seeing some of that play out here tonight as Shorter leads 85-53. Philpott over to Marine. And a block by Newton. Ahead to Richardson. And Ward tips the pass. Marine comes up with the steal. And ahead to Philpott, who's all by herself, but can't corral the ball. Gets it back and lays it in. And what an athletic play there by Philpott. It looked like the ball was going to roll out of bounds, and she picked it up and made a move, scored the basket. 1.5 to go here. 30-point lead for the Hawks. And Fair just keeps adding to it there with the jumper. Marsh fouled on her way to the basket. Grace Keeley commits the foul there.
Shooting to Montevallo, number 30, Tiesha Marsh.
And a lane violation by Montevallo. So it'll be shorter basketball, 87-55. Keeley, or Ragsdale gets that one to go with the foul. 1:08 remaining.
First foul, number 30, Tiesha Marsh, her first personal.
And Coach Brown will take a timeout. Score is 90-55, and we have exactly a minute left to play in this matchup before the men will face off. And we got news that Jamar Taylor will be out again, the second game in a row he has missed due to injury. But last game it was Chris Williams who carried the scoring load for the Falcons with 26 points. And Montevallo defensively will have to figure out a way to stop Amani Porter, who's averaging 17.3 a game. And that should be a fantastic Gulf South Conference clash coming up here shortly. And we are in the final minute of this game. And Ward took too many steps. We'll get the ball back to Shorter with 57.8. Ronnie Richardson over to Ragsdale for three, buries it on the money. Tatum Ragsdale, 93-55. Philpott bounce pass over to Bonebreak, who knocks one in of her own. Cassidy Bonebreak has hit 3 threes tonight. Gains to the hoop again, 33.4 to go, 95-58. Marsh for three, no good. Rebound to Newton, 20 seconds. Shot clock turned off. Newton over to Ragsdale, and I'm surprised that Shorter is still shooting the basketball here. You would think that they would just dribble it out. And Cunningham will bring it forward, and she'll shoot and knock it in with 4 seconds. And that'll be the game as Shorter wins 95-60, and they get their second conference win of the season back-to-back, as they got a win on the road against West Alabama last week, and then they get the road win against Shorter here tonight, or against Montevallo here tonight. And they improved to 4-10 overall. Montevallo just 2-13 and 0-7 in the Gulf South Conference. Up next for the Falcons, they will go on the road on January 13th and play Delta State in Mississippi. And then they will on Thursday, and then on Saturday the 15th, they'll play Mississippi College. And we'll talk to Coach Vanatta here quickly. And Coach Fernando joins us here after Shorter gets the victory over Montevallo. And Coach, first, let's talk about Deasia Marsh. She had a fantastic game off the bench, scoring 14 points and grabbing 9 rebounds.
You got to bring energy. You got to take care of the basketball. You got to do the things that we do every day in practice. And unfortunately tonight it became more of a one-on-one game, and we didn't we didn't have the success as they did with the one-on-one stuff. So, you know, I was disappointed, obviously, but you know they've got to learn how to compete night in, night out.
Yeah, and Shorter scored 30 points off turnovers. Was that really the difference here tonight?
Oh, there's no question about it. That's as much. I don't think anybody we played this year has gotten that many points off a turn. I don't think we've turned the ball over 24 times the last 4 games. You know, so I was, like I said, every team's different. This league's about matchups. Obviously, we didn't match up very well with Shorter, regardless of records. And you know, it was just extremely disappointing. I mean, sometimes I'm at a loss for words.
Right.
Usually my wife says I'm never a loss for words, but today I am. It's a frustrating thing to come in a game like this and kind of have it handed to you on your own court. You know, and when you look at it statistically, we kind of match up. They did win a big game Saturday night, which I'm sure helped them with their confidence, because sometimes in this league, remember last year's team, you know, we played with close game, and you win a game, all of a sudden you get some momentum here and there, and that's kind of what they remind me. They have 4 seniors that are back from last year, got an experienced team, you know, and we don't, you know, so we're just fighting heads and tails every night. It's something, unfortunately for us, it's something new. It's something different every night.
Right. And the last thing, Coach, we saw the struggles in the first quarter, just scoring 5 points, and the first quarter has really been the Achilles heel all year long. Always struggled there. What can y'all do better to get games started off on a better foot?
Well, if I knew that, I'd tell you what, I'd invest in the stocks right now. But you know, obviously we came out the second half. We changed the starting lineup around, and evidently that's something we're going to have to do. You know, we try to start our most experienced kids at the beginning of the game, and like I said, it's not paying off for us right now. So we're going to have to, you know, make some adjustments and see if that happens. Like I said, we started a different bunch at halftime tonight, and got a little bit more. But when you do that, you know, we're trying to say new and learning and putting up with mistakes, or trying to, you know, experienced and not being able to score and then taking care of the ball. So in the first half, we kind of took care of the ball. In the second half, we had 14 turnovers playing a younger team. So, you know, it's just it's a 6 of one, a half a dozen other. All we can do is wait for. I heard somebody tell me one time, the best thing about coaching freshmen is that next year they'll be sophomores.
Right. All right, so that'll do it for us here in Trustmark Arena as Shorter gets the victory over Montevallo. And Coach Fernando, thank you for joining us here. And Montevallo's got the 2-game road trip in Mississippi coming up, and then they'll be at home against Christian Brothers on the 18th. And in 20 minutes, the Montevallo men will take on the Shorter men. So stay with us here on Montevallo for You. We'll be right back. Starting for them, for us, I mean, are they the same as Lee?
Yes, I believe. Yeah.
These days, new to Red Family plans. No interruptions for us family members.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trump.
Jackson, former Montevallo basketball player between 2012 and 2015, part of the team that went to 2 back-to-back Sweet 16s. Shaquem, as we get set for the starting lineups here, no Jamar Taylor in the lineup. The second game that Montevallo will be with, second game in a row, Montevallo will be without Jamar Taylor. Who needs to step up here tonight with him out?
We're going to need Chris to step up. Chris will have to step up. I think Julio will have a big game, being bigger than the other team right now. So he's going to do a big factor. Who else? We got Jeremiah. He should be the key.
Yeah, rebounding is a big thing, a big storyline here tonight as Montevallo comes in with the size advantage over Shorter, who's going to play a 4-out. Julio Guidi and Jeremiah Curtis have been a dominant force on the boards all season long. Montevallo per game averages about 36 rebounds a game, and Shorter's just averaging about 28 rebounds a game. We saw Julio in the game against Oakwood haul in 21 rebounds. Could see a game like that for him tonight. Let's get the starting lineups. First for the visiting Shorter Hawks. On the floor for them is a Monty Potter alongside Drew Thomas, Tavon Major, and Joseph Bobbitt. And then Josh Burnett as well. Bobbitt is a 6'10 senior out of Hendersonville, Tennessee. We normally see him come off the bench for Coach Wade Anderson, but he'll be in the starting lineup tonight. That's a strategy that I think Anderson is implementing to go against the two bigs of Jeremiah Curtis and Guidi because he knows they would get outsized otherwise, or mismatched with size otherwise. Jamar Gilbert, Chris Williams, Deshaun Jones will be in the backcourt for Coach Danny Young's Falcons, and in the front court is Julio Guidi and Jeremiah Curtis. This is the same lineup we saw them have against Lee, and Jamar Gilbert really stole the show toward the latter end of the Lee game, Shaquem.
Yeah, I saw that. He's going to be a big good factor today. He's going to step up. I think he's going to step up. He just has to play. If he plays, everybody play defense, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, Montevallo was down 67 to 63. Jamar Gilbert stole the ball, laid it up, and then on the ensuing possession, knocked down a three in the corner to take the lead. And we'll get set for the jump ball here in Trustmark Arena. Montevallo is coached by Danny Young in his 15th year, and Wade Anderson is the coach for Shorter in his first year.
It's going to start on defense for Montevallo. Montevallo starts on defense, going to lead the easy bucket on offense. Yeah, like I was saying, it's going to start on defense.
Yep.
It's going to start on defense. Defense will lead the easy buckets.
And Julio Guidi will be a big part of that. We've seen what kind of monstrous games he can have blocking the basketball. And Julio wins the tip for Montevallo, and Deshaun Jones will bring it forward to start things off. Chris Williams over to Guidi on the block. Back to Deshaun Jones. Gilbert will drive. Kick out to Williams, hesitated, finds Jones, long two, no good. Rebound to number 10, Tavon Major. This is Monty Porter and Josh Burnett. Over to Drew Thomas. Burnett, long two, no good. Rebound to Julio Guidi. And Shorter is coming off a win over West Alabama, which is, as Chris Williams scores a layup there. But Shorter won by 3 points on the road against West Alabama, in which Montevallo lost by 13. A big part of that was Tavon Major had 23 points. He'll have to be a big factor here tonight if Shorter wants to win the game. And a three-ball is nailed by Monty Porter. He's the leading scorer on this team with 17.3 a game. Jones driving in, dishes to Gilbert.
Can't get his hands on it.
Yeah, right decision there, but a turnover nonetheless. Shorter leading 3-2. This is the 6'10 Bobbitt. Drew Thomas swings it in the corner to Porter for three again. No good. Curtis and Bobbitt battling for the rebound, but it will remain Shorter basketball. Thomas for three. A deep three is good. This is a team that normally shoots 31% from beyond the arc, and they've hit their first two.
It's like against Montevallo, everybody shoots good.
That is true. We've seen teams over the years come in here and just shoot lights out from beyond the arc. Shorter basketball after a Montevallo turnover. Miscommunication there between Chris Williams and Jeremiah Curtis. Porter driving in, tries to find Bobbitt, goes off his hands. Chris Williams comes up with the steal. And that was a huge defensive play by Shorter because you knew Julio Guidi was going to throw it down if he got his hands on that basketball.
That's going to be a finish.
Burnett knocks down the jumper. And you said it starts with defense, but Montevallo not playing very well defensively.
Coming out a little slow.
Jones driving right side.
Work it in.
Jeremiah Curtis. He's got a great stroke for a big man.
Good touch around the rim. Great touch.
Burnett for three. Drains it. Josh Burnett had a big game in the win over West Alabama as well. Dropped in 21. And another turnover by Montevallo, just playing very sloppy offensively. Is that due in part to Jamar Taylor's absence?
It can be. It's just a simple mistake. They need to just slow down. They're trying to go for the home run.
Tavon Major out to Drew Thomas, who will try a three of his own. No good. It goes over the backboard out of bounds. So it'll be Montevallo basketball. And a media timeout here with 15:44 remaining in the first half as Shorters are leading 11-4. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena.
Welcome to the floor, the Montevallo dance team.
You can hear, right? Yeah. You're good, okay. Welcome in to Trustmark Arena. Montevallo taking on Shorter. I'm Wyatt Hall alongside Shaquem Jackson as we bring you this Gulf South Conference matchup. Shorter leading early 11-4 in part to the hot shooting from beyond the arc. 3 of 5 from three. And Montevallo has turned the ball over 4 times, which has resulted in 5 points for Shorter. Tyler Bruff has checked into the game for Montevallo. Curtis, baseline, jumper is good.
Good shot.
Drew Thomas over to Bobbitt. Back to Thomas. And Tavon Major takes it to the hole, 13-6. Gilbert, jumper from the free throw line, falls in. And Montevallo is shooting well from the field, only 1 field goal miss, but it's just been the turnovers that has allowed Shorter to get these extra possessions, and Drew Thomas knocks down another 3. He's 2 of 3 from beyond the arc today, and nearly comes up with the steal.
Yeah, he got to dribble over and make that pass shorter.
Son Jones will inbound. Jones going left side, has a
hard take.
lane to the basket and gets it. And I love the hesitation there by Jones as he waited and saw it was there and attacked the hoop. Six-point lead for the Hawks here. Thomas from the elbow. No good. Rebound to Guidi.
With the hook.
And Thomas will bring it forward for Shorter after the miss by Curtis, his first miss. And a great backdoor cut by Monty Potter. So far, Montevallo has just not had an answer defensively.
They're not talking. They had to start talking, communicating with each other, and let no one screens come in when they back door. They're too quiet.
Curtis backing down Bobbitt and threw a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
And the offense right now really going through Jeremiah Curtis on every possession, it seems, but it's working as they're trying to cut down into this lead. Three ball, no good. That hit the backboard first. And Bruff bring it forward from Montevallo over to Jamar Gilbert.
They're trying to get to Jamar. They got a mixed match.
Yeah, guarded by Amani Porter or Drew Thomas, but Curtis throws it away.
It was a good idea. The shooter wasn't there.
Burnett over to Potter. Out to Drew Thomas. He'll fire from three, but Tyler Bruff gets the block.
Great closeout.
And a foul there as Julio Guidi put a little too much contact there on Josh Burnett. So he'll go to the line with 2 shots. And Samson Navarite, the freshman, will check in for Montevallo. But first we'll have a timeout here with the score 18-12, Shorter leading, 11:52 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena.
Ever moving forward, choose a college. I know you don't want to
And welcome back into Trustmark Arena, 11:52 remaining in the first half. Shorter leading 18-12. And as we look at the stat sheet here, Montevallo is shooting very well from the floor, 75%, but they're down 6. What is it that Shorter is doing that's been so effective?
It's basically they moving, they cutting. They cutting without the ball, getting shots, wide open shots. We just got to talk, come together, switch on the screens, and we're going to be fine.
Porter looking for a lane, can't find it, kicks out. Burnett loses the ball.
But still.
Deshaun Jones. And the paint to Curtis, who kicks it back out to Jones.
Good kick.
To Bruff, thought about a 3. And a long 2 from Curtis is drained. Jeremiah Curtis is such a good shooter. He has 8 points already in this one. Tough defense there by Navarite, but he commits the foul against Potter.
Just a little too much hands.
Personal foul number 15, Samson. His second personal, team foul number 2.
Major guarded by Jones here. And Julio Guidi comes in to try and get the steal. It was close there. Guidi was trying to argue that it went off Burnett. Potter out to Bobbitt, who will fire a 3. And Guidi corrals a loose ball. 4-point game. Jones.
Ooh.
Not a smart shot there by Jones. And Burnett is fouled on the other end. They're going to get Jeremiah Curtis with the personal foul, and that's his first. And Curtis is a player that you cannot have getting foul trouble here early if you're Coach Young. Burnett knocks down the first free throw. 5-point lead for the Hawks here. And that one rims out. Guidi with the rebound. Bruff for three. Knocks it down. Tyler Bruff is such a sharpshooter from beyond the arc and gets Montevallo within 2 points.
Yes.
And Navarrete fouls Potter again.
Tyler should get more of those shots as they're trying to double on the bigs. So should get a lot more of those.
And we'll see how many more he does get. Tyler Bruff doesn't like to take a lot of shots. He's very selective with the shots, which is the reason he shoots 40% from beyond the arc. I know sometimes we wanted him to shoot more because we know how good he is. He had 21 points, all from beyond the arc against Valdosta State. Williams with the rebound. And he's fouled from behind by Burnett. That's the first team foul for Shorter in the first half, and we've played a little over 10 minutes. Been very disciplined defensively. Number 34, Jonathan Mason, has checked in for Shorter now. Zach Jackson is in for Montevallo as Deshaun Jones is fouled on his way to the hole. Zach Jackson's a player that is 6'4" and is listed as a guard, but has had to play in the front court a lot for Montevallo this season and has fared pretty well, especially defensively. Jones knocks down the first free throw and another substitution. Jacob Newman comes in for Shorter. 6'4" freshman out of Brooklyn, New York. And Jones' second free throw is good. Deshaun Jones shot 8 of 11 from the free throw line in the game against Lee, which was half of his 16 points. As he ties the game up at 19. Bobbitt guarded by Curtis heavily.
Oh, that was very close.
Yeah, they're going to get Deshaun Jones with the block there. He was in perfect position, but he may have been inside the restricted line.
I have that back foot on it.
Montevallo is playing very tough defense on the ball. As we saw, Bobbitt was just harassed by Curtis there, but they were still able to move it around effectively. Major.
Good D.
Jumper no good. Great defense there, forced a bad shot. Chris Williams from three, in and out. Potter can't get a deep three to go, but Bobbitt, the offensive rebound, and he goes crashing in to Alec Medekina on the bench for Montevallo. it'll be Montevallo basketball.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 1, Jamar Gilbert.
Jamar Gilbert comes back into the game after taking a quick breather. Tyler Updike is in now for Montevallo as well. Tie game at 19 with 8 minutes to go in the first half. And they're going to get Jeremiah Curtis with the travel there. Potter out to Bobbitt. Drew Thomas in the corner to Potter. It's a tough defense there by Jamar Gilbert. And the defense has really stepped it up here in the latter half of this first half for Montevallo. Ooh. Bobbitt looking for someone, finds Drew Thomas who will fire a three. In and out. Chris Williams can't get the rebound, but Jeremiah Curtis cleans it up. And Montevallo is on a 9-1 run after being down 18-12. And a media timeout here on the foul. So we'll take about a minute break. The game tied at 19 with 7:08 to go here in half number 1 between Montevallo and Shorter. We'll be right back.
How did we become painted with just one brush? Time's forever moving forward. We can't rush. Now tell me why somebody even want to choose a college. I know you don't want to leave with just book knowledge. We don't sell an institution but an attitude. Other schools don't understand. They on a different latitude. You don't want to get caught up in that sea of sameness when we perfectly unique. Yeah, we looking blameless. So get up out your seats. Get louder, louder. We chose Montevallo and we couldn't be prouder.
You would think we would try like some pick and roll stuff with Julio or something.
That's what Julio, that's what he came. That's all he can do is pick and roll. They just get into the lead, they got a double team. It's going to be.
Hello and welcome back into Trustmark Arena. Game tied at 19 between Montevallo and Shorter. And early on in the first half, we saw the offense was really flowing through Jeremiah Curtis, but it really hasn't as of late. What has Shorter been able to do to counteract that?
They're trying to double team him instead of like with us throwing the ball to him and make him double team and make the ball and swing the ball. We got to just go back to let him work.
And what are some other options here offensively that Montevallo could go to aside from Jeremiah Curtis?
They can go the pick and roll with Julio when he's in the game. He's great at the pick and roll, set good screens, finish.
And that is something we haven't seen so far, but we could see Montevallo go to. Chris Williams has been very quiet. We know how a dynamic of a scorer he can be. And Curtis knocks down both free throws to give Montevallo the 2-point lead, and he'll come take a break, and Julio Guidi will come back on.
Number 13, Julio Guidi.
Julio Guidi's got 4 rebounds in this one already. And this is the first lead of the game Montevallo has had. Major thought about a 3, but we'll give it off to Bobbitt. Goes back out to Drew Thomas. And a 3 is drained by number 22.
A long 2.
Jacob Newman. It's going to be a long 2 instead. Foot was on the line.
Hey, 62, Chris, 62, Chris.
And the game is tied at 21 here. 6.5 to go in the first. Williams.
Oh, just share the ball.
And Updike knocks down a 3 in the corner. And great recognition of Chris Williams there by the double team. He kicked it back out to reset the offense through Jamar Gilbert. Potter can't get it to go. Updike with the rebound. 3-point lead for Montevallo. Jackson driving in. Great dish to Julio. Can't knock it down. That was a
Great pass.
Yeah, quick pass. It caught Julio Guidi off guard a little bit. Thomas. And tough defense there by Montevallo. It goes out of bounds. Off the Falcons. It will remain shorter basketball. Substitution here for the Hawks. Number 4, Joe Russell, 6-foot freshman out of Baltimore, checks in. Three on the shot clock. Major will have to fire it up. Hits the front of the rim. Rebound to Julio Guidi. Gilbert takes it the other way. Chris Williams now. Great.
Nice move.
Great Euro step there past Bobbitt and lays it in. I don't think Joseph Bobbitt even realized what was going on after he was faked out. And Bobbitt committed the foul on that play, so Chris Williams will have an and-one opportunity. And knocks it down, the best free throw shooter on this Montevallo team. 27-21, 6-point lead for Montevallo. Despite the early struggles with turnovers, they've bounced back here and now have a 6-point lead. And they're on a 17-3 run. And Major buries a three. Tough defense there too by Montevallo.
It was a good closeout.
36 this way. Hard, Julio.
Gilbert
Hard off.
goes left side.
Good take.
It will remain Montevallo basketball. 4:20 to go in the first. 3-point lead by Montevallo.
Hey, 72, Zach. 72, Zach. 72, Zach. Let's go. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Williams
Hard, Jamar. Really hard.
over to Gilbert, who drives in.
Take. Finish with the contact. That was a great take.
And Bobbitt provides size for Shorter, but he seems to be a liability on defense. Because that's 2 times really in a row that he's just faked off the dribble.
Whoa.
Jamar Gilbert commits the foul. So it'll be a 1-and-1 for Shorter after the timeout. 29-24, Montevallo has the 5-point lead, and we have 3:46 left to play in the first half. We'll take a quick break too and be back here in Trustmark Arena. Stay watching on Montevallo for you.
The band started playing with the cheerleaders. They're supposed to come back.
And welcome back into Trustmark Arena. It's Shorter basketball. 29-24 the lead for Montevallo. And we saw early on turnovers were an issue as they turned over the ball 5 times in the first 7 minutes of play. But since then, they've only had 1 turnover. Shaquem, what have they cleaned up offensively to prevent that?
Basically, they slowing down now. They're not trying to move so fast. Yeah, they're not trying to move so fast. Try to get the ball in, good shots.
And Drew Thomas misses high off the glass.
Attack! You got 2 shooters with you.
Montevallo goes the other way.
32, 32, let's go. Work Tyler Bruff. Work Tyler Bruff.
Updike driving in, out to Williams for 3. No good, rebound to Bobbitt, and his elbow caught Guidi in the mouth. But he seems to be all right. Joe Russell here. Over to Major. Back out to Bobbitt, who hands off to Major for 3. No good. Long rebound. Bobbitt comes up with it. And Newman misses the shot rebound to Guidi. Jones, strong take to the hole. Foul on Bobbitt. And Bobbitt comes crashing down on Jones.
Good shot, good Julio. Hey, Chris.
Personal foul number 33, Joseph Bobbitt, his second personal, team foul number 5. Shooting 2 for Montevallo, number 10, Deshaun Jones.
And Deshaun Jones will go to the line to shoot 2. He is 2 of 2 from the line today. Montevallo is perfect from the line, 5 for 5. As Jones hits that one, Jeremiah Curtis comes in.
Jeremiah, 33.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 33, Jeremiah Curtis.
Tyler Updike, 4.
6-point lead for the Falcons here. 2:39 to go in the first half. And Jones knocks it down again.
Hey, 1 3 4, switching. Chris, hey, 1 3 4.
And Drew Thomas brings it forward over to Major, or Potter. In the corner is Potter. And he can't get the 3 to go. Updike.
Swing it, attack.
Jones commits the travel.
Good shot. It came from there.
31 to 24. 2:10 remaining.
Look to the ball. Jeremiah's by himself. Jeremiah's by himself.
Thomas for 3. And Bobbitt and Jones fighting for the rebound. Jump ball. It'll remain shorter basketball.
Let's go. Tyler, we're switching that one. Jeremiah's by himself for 1 through 4.
And the big 6'10", Joseph Bobbitt will have to come off for a second. He's kind of limping off the court.
And they're real small right now.
Yeah, the tallest player on the floor right now is 6'2", Tavon Major.
Team foul number 6. Substituting in for shorter, number 22, Jacob Newman.
And the shortest player that's on the floor for Montevallo is 6'3", so, and Deshaun Jones, so a huge size advantage.
Look, they want to try to go to Jeremiah.
He's guarded by Newman.
Good Jeremiah. Good Jeremiah.
And Curtis commits the travel. So 1:35 to go here in the first half. Potter, handoff to Thomas, kicks out to Major for 3. Great closeout by Chris Williams.
Good Jeremiah.
Updike misses the layup there. Potter going the other way. Bruff called for the blocking foul.
Personal foul, number 12, Tyler Bruff. His first personal, team foul, number 7.
Potter will go to the line to shoot 2 here.
Shooting 2 for shorter, number 0, Monty Potter.
Hey, big 22, you're by yourself.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 13, Julio Guidi.
Guidi comes in for Curtis. And Potter makes the second.
32.
Williams driving in. Contested shot, no good. Julio Guidi can't convert the offensive rebound into 2. Goes out of bounds, will remain Montevallo basketball. Updike inbound to Williams. Williams tries to get that one through a lot of defenders there, but can't get it to go. His shorter basketball with 50.3 left to play here in half number 1. Potter.
Good help by Julio.
And Newman goes down hard. Landed flat on his back there.
Personal foul, number 10, Deshaun Jones, his second personal, team foul.
And let's hope that Newman is all right there. It's nothing serious.
Shooting 2 for shorter, number 10, Tavon Major.
And Major will shoot 2 here with 35.9 left in the first 5-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Gilbert comes in for Deshaun Jones. And Major knocks down the second.
Hey, 4 out. One option, Chris.
And Montevallo is going to go 4 out here. Updike, Williams, Bruff, and Gilbert on the outside. Julio, the lone man inside. 5 on the shot clock. Williams.
Great move. Good kick.
And can't knock it down with the right play. Chris Williams gets the rebound. And
stay with it.
Yeah, Jamar Gilbert on the offensive glass turns it into 2. And he missed the 3 in the corner, but that was a great play design there, and that was the right thing they wanted. And then fantastic job on the offensive glass. And Montevallo goes into halftime with the 6-point lead. Shaquem, early on, what are we seeing that has been so effective for Montevallo?
It's the defense. They're making them take tough shots with the hand in the face. So, see, they're not shooting that great as they was earlier in the game.
Right. 33-27. And we'll take about a 15-minute break and be back here in Trustmark Arena for the second half. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You.
How did we become painted with just one brush? Time's forever moving forward. We can't rush. Now tell me why somebody even want to choose a college. I know you don't want to leave with just book knowledge. We don't sell an institution but an attitude. Other schools don't understand. They own a different latitude. You don't want to get caught up in that sea of sameness when we perfectly unique. Yeah, we looking blameless. So get up out your seats, get louder, louder. We chose Montevallo when we couldn't be prouder.
This is the College of Fine Arts.
I am becoming an intramural athlete.
I am becoming an SGA senator.
A competitive cheerleader.
I am becoming a student government treasurer.
An event coordinator.
A Harvard research intern.
A scholarship recipient.
A leader in my sorority.
I am becoming a professional news broadcaster.
A medical doctor.
An elementary school teacher.
A financial analyst.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting. What will you be?
Montevallo is the most unique, culturally rich university I've ever been associated with, in that anybody has a place at Montevallo. And the Outdoor Scholars Program, the hunters and fishermen that come to Montevallo only add to that rich diversity and culture.
My name is William Crawford. I am the director of the President's Outdoor Scholars Program at the University of Montevallo. The outdoor industry seems like a very big industry, which it is from a financial standpoint, but from a people standpoint, it's very small scale. It's all about your connections and who you know and how to get tied in to that industry. That is the uniqueness of our program, being one of a kind. We have those connections to where we can introduce you to these people and give you a head start, so to speak, on getting tied into an area that could possibly fulfill a dream.
So far throughout the program, I have made several connections. I've made a stronger bond with the president, and then I've made several friends throughout the program, as well as getting to meet some people that we normally would not get to meet.
In a day and time where the cost of higher education continues to rise, any little bit of financial assistance that we can provide to our students and their families play a huge part.
Well, the scholarship I got through the Outdoor Scholar Program was really beneficial towards me because I did need money for the book, so it just really helped me out a lot.
The trips that we go on with our students is first and foremost to keep them connected to the outdoors. Most of our students have grown up deer hunting and bass fishing their whole life. We want to introduce them to more than just that.
The one thing I'd say about the hunting and fishing trips that we do, every student has opportunities to do them during a semester. They're exciting. Some of them are fairly exotic. A couple of the students have never been on an airplane, and here they are landing and jumping on a boat and fishing for blue marlins out in the ocean, and it's just been really exciting to watch.
When I got the news that I was going on the Bahamas fishing trip, I was ecstatic. I didn't know what to think. It was a trip of a lifetime.
The Bahamas trip was a wonderful experience, and I'm so thankful that I was able to go, because without this program, I probably would not have been able to go.
We want to do anything that we can do to continue educating young people about the outdoors. It's no different than a college student getting a scholarship to play athletics or to be in the band. They have a talent. Having a passion for the outdoors, enjoying hunting and fishing is a talent. And we want to make sure that students are rewarded for those talents.
We feel honored to be able to offer the opportunities we do through the generous donors that we have. And I always tell students, look, you probably won't play football the rest of your life. You might not even play golf the rest of your life, but you sure can hunt and fish the rest of your life.
The best way to get in contact with us to find out more information about the President's Outdoor Scholars Program is visit us on our website, outdoorscholars.montevallo.edu. Also on social media. We have Instagram and Facebook accounts. The perfect applicant for our program is someone who's dedicated, determined, a hard worker, someone that's not scared to try new things, and somebody that has a love and desire for the outdoors, and somebody that just wants to see the outdoors in a better place than when they first came to know the outdoors.
I don't know of any other program like ours with the trips that are paid for, the scholarships that are available to students who've demonstrated some passion or love or prowess in the outdoors. So I think it's...
How did we become painted with just one brush? Time's forever moving forward. We can't rush. Now tell me why somebody even want to choose a college. I know you don't want to leave with just book knowledge. We don't sell an institution but an attitude. Other schools don't understand. They on a different latitude. You don't want to get caught up in that sea of sameness when we perfectly unique. Yeah, we looking blameless. So get up out your seats. Get louder, louder. We chose Montevallo when we couldn't be prouder.
There's something about the outdoors, the challenge of the pursuit, the preparation for something greater, a dedication to a craft, and the responsibility for generations to come. An opportunity found nowhere else in the country. The President's Outdoors Scholars Program, only at the University of Montevallo.
I am becoming a sorority member.
I am becoming a leader in my fraternity.
A part of college night.
A world traveler. A social media expert.
A military officer.
A campus tour guide.
A community volunteer. I am becoming a retail marketer.
A pre-law professional.
An educational administrator.
A photojournalist.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting.
What will you become?
I think the biggest appeal of Montevallo is the campus. Once I came to visit, I kind of just fell in love with the atmosphere. And as I got to meet more and more people that worked here and students that were going here, I just kind of fell in love.
To me, I guess the university means family. And even the relationships with your professor here is kind of different. They're not so much your superior, especially when you get into your upper level classes. They more become a mentor or just a friend who can really help you and knows what you want to do with your life.
When you are in a small classroom, whether you're sitting in the back or the front, you're still a part of the class. And your professors here, they know you by name. You walk into the caf and they're having lunch and they say hey to you because they actually know you. And I have not met a professor here that does not genuinely care for their students. Whether it's you want to just stop by their office and say hey, or you need to schedule a meeting, they will do anything they can to help you succeed.
My experience at Montevallo has been great. I believe that I've met so many lifelong friends here. From my freshman year to now, I've met many different people. I've made many connections with networking as well. And the people here, once they get to know you, they won't forget you because it's so small that you're not running into hundreds of people a day. You might really leave that impression on them. So I believe my experience here has been awesome.
I think personally I wouldn't have gone Greek at a larger campus or a larger school just because you get lost in the crowd and you can't relate to everybody that's in the different sororities and fraternities. But here at Montevallo, I know all of the people and it's more of a unification and it's an entire group of people who embrace diversity and embrace acceptance, and that's what Greek life is here, is being yourself and other people who are like you.
Being an athlete was originally not in my plan for college. And when I came here, I actually fell in love with the facilities, and I fell in love with the coach, and I fell in love with the teams. Ever since I've come here, I've been supported not only by my teammates, but also by the rest of the community as a whole. The facilities themselves are incredibly unique in that they are very high grade for what size of a school we are. And that being said, we have tremendous support from our community, from our faculty, from our staff, and from the other students. And furthermore, we have had great teams and great success at athletics ever since we've even begun.
Nothing is too far away. You have everything that you need right beside the University of Montevallo or on campus. We have food places on campus, we have the library, we have anything you can think of on campus, so you don't really have to leave.
This has been by far the best college experience I could have asked for, and this is the place to come if you want something that is going to last a lifetime, and you're going to make those friends and those networking connections that you're not going to make anywhere else.
I didn't want to be just another person in the class or just another person walking around campus. Here I feel like they actually know me, and they know me very well.
For me, the University of Montevallo means having a home away from home. I only live 30 minutes away, but it's kind of a comfort zone. You're really given every opportunity to thrive in no matter what environment you're wanting to be in or whoever you want to be, and you're accepted for it.
This school offered a unique education that no one else offered. It offered a unique experience that allowed me to further myself and also further those around me. Montevallo not only offered me the academic assets that I needed, but they offered the family, the soft skills, the other skills that I needed to learn in order to be successful and a strong professional in the future.
If it wasn't for Montevallo and being small, and the people that are here, and the advisors that are here, and the professors that are here, I would not be where I am, and I would not be as successful I am, because they have done everything they can to help me do what I need to do and get what I need done to succeed.
They get in foul trouble, they got it eaten. Celebrate that energy, bro. That energy on D. Talk on D. Talk to each other.
Hello and welcome back into Trustmark Arena as we get set for the start of the second half. Montevallo leading 33-27, got off to a slow start, but went on a 17-3 run, which allowed them to have the lead as they do now. 8 turnovers in the first half for Montevallo and just 3 turnovers for Shorter. Jeremiah Curtis leads all scorers with 10 points. Tavon Major leads Shorter with 7. Shaquem, what does Montevallo need to do to continue to have success here in the second half?
Like I said before, it's the defense. Continue playing great defense. Keep it up. Should stay on top.
And starters back on the floor for Montevallo. In the backcourt, it's Williams, Jones, and Gilbert. And then the big men are Curtis and Guidi. On the floor for Shorter is Drew Thomas, Josh Burnett, Tavon Major, Amonte Porter, and Joseph Bobbitt. Gilbert takes it to the hole for the first points of the second half. Thomas kicks to Porter. Potter for three, drains it. Jones goes inside to Curtis. And a lot of contact there and gets it to go. Curtis goes right at Bobbitt. And a beautiful spin move there for the big man. Curtis has 12 points now. And much like we saw in the first half, Montevallo is going to continue to go at Jeremiah Curtis offensively here in the second. And the second one is, or the free throw is made by Jeremiah Curtis to complete the and one, 38-30. Burnett kicks it out to Potter. And Burnett wide open for three. No good. Bobbitt, the big rebound. And the offense will reset. Potter driving, tries to dish it to Bobbitt, and he lays it in. The first point scored by Bobbitt today.
Good move.
And there was the pick and roll you were talking about. As they go to it there, and Guidi gets his first points of the second half.
Good help stop defense by Julio.
Yeah, Julio's got long arms, and they really come in handy on plays like that. Nonetheless, it'll be shorter basketball. Big rebound there by Guidi to the missed three. Jones going strong to the hole. A 10-point lead, the largest lead of the day that Montevallo has had. Bobbitt hesitates and finishes it. Gilbert over to Williams. Swings it to Jones. Back to Gilbert. To Williams for three. Drains it. And fantastic ball movement there in the backcourt from Montevallo. Bobbitt pass down low to Thomas.
Good help stop by Julio.
Williams the rebound. And you mentioned the help defense there by Julio. What a fantastic defender he is.
He's active. He's real active for a big.
And Drew Thomas committed the foul there against Chris Williams on the drive. And that'll bring us the first media timeout of the second half. We'll be right back here in Trustmark Arena.
How did we become painted with just one brush? Time's forever moving forward. We can't rush. Now tell me why somebody even want to choose a college. I know you don't want to leave with just book knowledge. We don't sell an institution but an attitude. Other schools don't understand. They on a different latitude. You don't want to get caught up in that sea of sameness when we perfectly unique. Yeah, we looking blameless. So get up out your seats, get louder, louder. We chose Montevallo and we couldn't be prouder.
This is the College of Fine Arts.
I'm
Montevallo High School Pep Band.
Welcome back in to Trustmark Arena, 45-34, 11-point lead, largest lead of the game for Montevallo. The Falcons basketball. And we mentioned with Jamar Taylor being out that someone was going to have to pick up the scoring load as he averages 24 points a game, and it's really been a balanced offensive attack. 13 points for Jeremiah Curtis, but 3 players from Montevallo with 8 points. A turnover there by Montevallo. Gives Shorter the basketball. Burnett. Check out the Bobbitt, who will shoot the long 2. Montevallo the other way. Chris Williams. And some lightning quickness there from Williams as he hit the free throw line to kind of turn on the Jets. Went through the defense there.
Substituting in for Shorter, number 22, Jacob.
And Bobbitt will take a break. Newman comes in. Gilbert. Over to Jones. Gilbert driving in, floater, no good. Gets his own rebound. And steps on the baseline. And he couldn't turn it into 2 points after the rebound, but fantastic effort on the glass there by Jamar Gilbert. And Burnett just barely gets that in over the flying hand of Guidi. Jones will shoot a 3 and gets it to go.
That's a good kick out by Jeremiah.
And Jones, not known for his three-point shooting, just 25% on the season, but knocks it down there. And Tavon Martin takes it to the hole. And Curtis had his shot blocked out of bounds. It'll remain Montevallo basketball as Updike comes in for Gilbert. 17 on the shot clock for the Falcons here. Williams over to Jones. Back to Williams, swings it to Updike. 5 on the shot clock. Williams will shoot and drain the 3. Chris Williams is such a dynamic scorer. Shooting around 38% from 3. He's knocked down 2 here tonight.
Rebound by Julio.
Julio is flirting with double digits on rebounds. And Williams gets it to go there. 53-38, largest lead for Montevallo here as Coach Wade Anderson will use a timeout with 12:57 to go in the game, and we'll take a timeout as well. Stay with us here on Montevallo for you.
Leader in my sorority.
I am becoming a professional news broadcaster,
A medical doctor.
An elementary school teacher.
A financial analyst.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting. What will you...
Montevallo is the most unique, culturally rich university I've ever been associated with, in that anybody has a place at Montevallo. And the Outdoor Scholars Program, the Hunters and...
I am becoming a sorority member.
I am becoming a leader in my fraternity.
A part of college night.
A world traveler. A social media expert.
A military officer.
A campus tour guide.
A community volunteer.
I am becoming a retail marketer.
A pre-law professional.
An educational administrator.
A photojournalist.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting.
What will you become?
Welcome back in the Trustmark Arena. We are under 13 minutes to play. Tyler Bruff commits the blocking foul against Josh Burnett. Shorter will inbound here. Montevallo currently on an 11-4 run. The Falcons struggled early, but were able to bounce back. And a huge size advantage now is the 6'4" Newman is guarding Curtis, but Tavon Martin goes down hard. It looked like he may have caught the knee of Deshaun Jones in the face. He gets up.
But close the media within 30 seconds. Yeah. It's under 12.
And we're going to have a 30-second timeout, but it's within 30 seconds of the scheduled media timeout, so it will become a media timeout. We'll have a minute break here. Shaquem, we saw early on Montevallo struggled, and they were able to bounce back. They had 5 turnovers in the first 8 minutes of the game, and then they only have 8 turnovers now, so they've really been able to limit that. What are they doing on both sides of the ball that allowed them to have this 53-38 lead?
I think it comes down to more talking on defense. It's still not great, but they're doing way more than they was when they started the game. So that's leading on offense, making them do good decisions on offense, trying to go in, then go out. So,
and one important thing is Montevallo shooting 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Have knocked all of their free throw attempts down. How important is that in a game like this?
It's very important because it comes down to the wire. It comes down to the wire. You need to make your free throws.
And they are doing that so far. Also, 62% from 3, 5 of 8. And a turnover there as Burnett slams it home. 13-point lead for the Falcons here as we are under 12 minutes to play. Jones loses the ball, but Updike able to get it back, or almost get it back. And a technical foul is going to be called on Jeremiah Curtis. Not sure what he did that warranted the tech. Could have said something on his way up the floor. Or and Josh Burnett will attempt the technical free throws here. Missed the first one. And makes the second. And it will be shorter basketball.
Jamar Gilbert.
Jamar Gilbert comes in.
Hey, 1 through 4. Julio by himself.
Yes.
Flex cut. Flex cut. Straight up. Straight up.
And that one is laid in by Tavon Martin. And it's just a 10-point game now. Williams driving in, tough contest, and a shot clock violation. And it seems as if Shorter's having success despite the height mismatch.
22, Jacob Newman, his first personal, team foul, number 3. Shooting 2 from Montevallo.
The tallest player on the
Chris
floor is
Williams.
Jacob Newman, who is 6'4".
This one they have to capitalize on the inside game.
And Julio Guidi out there at 6'7" for Montevallo. First free throw is made, and so is the second. Montevallo is still perfect from the line today, 10 of 10. And of the last 13 points Montevallo has scored, 10 of them have gone to Chris Williams. He's really turned it on here in the second half.
Yes, he has.
Williams, hesitation, gives it to Bruff for 3, drains it. And Tyler Bruff just shoots deep threes too.
And he's capable of making them.
He is, and he does. Newman hits the front of the rim. Gilbert the big rebound. Williams somehow gets it to go through the contact.
Great finish.
That's 12 points for Chris Williams on this run Montevallo has been on in the second half. And a foul is called against Jamar Gilbert.
Personal foul, number 1, Jamar Gilbert, is the second personal, team foul, number 3.
Both teams with 3 team fouls here. 9:50 to go in the game. And it looks like they're going to get Chris Williams.
Personal foul, number 2, Chris Williams, his first personal, team foul, number 4.
And they do, so Drew Thomas will inbound. Finds Tavon Major. And Thomas's 3 misses. 15-point lead for Montevallo here. Back to Bruff, goes inside to Guidi, and he's fouled by Newman. There was really nothing else Jacob Newman could do.
But foul. Julio had got great position.
Personal foul, number 22, Jacob Newman, his second personal, team foul, number 4. Shooting 2 for Montevallo, number 13, Julio Guidi.
And Julio Guidi will go to the line, not known as a free throw shooter. Just 57% for the line, but looks like everybody on Montevallo's team is making them tonight. They are still perfect from the line. Jones comes in to give Chris Williams a break, who has been magnificent here in the second half. Guidi knocks down the second one. And this is the largest lead Montevallo has had with 17. And an errant pass there goes flying into the bleachers as the Hawks commit a turnover. It's only their 4th turnover of the game. They have not been shooting the ball very well, and they have been out-rebounded massively, but they've been able to not turn the ball over, which is a positive. Gilbert, jumper at the free throw line, nearly falls in, and Jones there on the tip.
Good shot, good rebound. Julio, good roll, good roll.
As Montevallo's on 11-2 run here, a bench warning was issued to the coaching staff of Shorter. So they inbounded there. Potter, deep three.
Good closeout by Tyler.
And that's something Tyler does so well, is defending beyond the arc. And Julio Guidi sort of seemed like he threw Drew Thomas or Josh Burnett to the ground there. They're going to get him with the foul. And Coach Anderson is thinking it should be more than just a foul. And now both coaches are saying the floor is wet and that we need to attend to it there.
Personal foul, number 20, Tyler Updike. His first personal team foul, number 5.
And a foul on Updike. It's the 5th. As we pause for a minute to wipe up the floor. And our fantastic athletic director, Mark Richard, out there to clean up the wet spot. And we'll restart play here, 64-45. Montevallo leading.
Hand up! Hand up! Good ball pressure, hand up, tough on the screen!
Yeah, and a moving screen there by Bobbitt. That was easy to call there by the officials.
Fourth personal team foul, number 5.
The shot! Here the shot! Here the shot! 2 options this way, Kyler over there! 2 options this way! 2 options this way, let's go hard, Jamar!
Jones finds a lane and can't convert. Potter, soft touch there, gets it to go, 64-47. Chris Williams will get set to check back in. Updike for 3, no good. And a foul on the rebound. And they're going to get Deshaun Jones with the push. And that's the 16th foul. And we'll have the under 8 media timeout here as Montevallo leads 64-47. Stay with us here on Montevallo for you.
the College of Fine Arts.
I am becoming an intramural athlete.
I am becoming an SGA senator,
a competitive cheerleader. I am becoming a student government treasurer,
an event coordinator,
a Harvard research intern,
a scholarship recipient, a leader in my sorority.
I am becoming a professional news broadcaster,
a medical doctor,
an elementary school teacher, a financial analyst.
Become more than you ever dreamed possible with a degree from the University of Montevallo. Your future is waiting. What will you be?
And welcome back into Trustmark Arena. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in this Gulf South Conference matchup. And this is the first meeting between Montevallo and Shorter since 1982, the 7th meeting all time. Montevallo has only conceded one game to Shorter in the all-time series history.
Personal foul number 2, Chris Williams. This is second personal, team foul number 7.
Chris Williams picks up his second personal foul, and he is leading all scorers here with 17 points, and majority of that's been in the second half. He's just been absolutely unstoppable.
Attacking the rim.
And Tavon Major knocks down the first one, so he'll get a second attempt. And knocks down the second as well. And Montevallo going to go 4 out here. Julio Guidi, the lone big. And too much contact there by Jamar Gilbert, but Monty Potter definitely sold it.
Yeah, real good.
So that's the third personal foul on Jamar Gilbert. Major can't get it to roll in, but gets the ball back, misses it there, and Julio Guidi just pops it up in the air. And Bruff for 3. No good. And Bruff really didn't, from my angle, didn't make contact with Burnett there. He just sort of fell down, and you could see Bruff after it knew he didn't touch him, but and Chris Williams is going to get a technical foul here. And Jamar Gilbert telling him to stop. And the refs are not putting up with anything here tonight.
Nothing.
And Major misses that one. We'll get one more attempt. And this is rare. I haven't seen the Montevallo team get 2 technical fouls with just mental mistakes.
Yeah, they just gotta learn. Like when a call, it ain't nothing you can do about it. They can't take it back. Just gotta go with it.
Tyler Updike checks in to give Williams a break. And it's a 1-and-1 after Burnett was fouled by Bruff. Burnett makes that one, so we'll have another attempt, and it's a 13-point game with 6:36 to go. And this game is not out of reach yet for Shorter.
Yeah, it's plenty of time.
Montevallo needs to continue doing what they've done all game and have success on offense. And the steal on the inbound is converted into 2 points by Potter, and Shorter is not going away quietly. It's just a 10-point game now. Gilbert ahead to Bruff. Back out to Gilbert. To Jones. Tough defense by the Hawks here. Gilbert trying to find a crease. Can't. Gives it to Jones, who will go baseline. Kick out to Updike. Back to Jones for three. Buries it. Deshaun Jones has made 2 threes today, and he's not a guy that normally does that. That's huge. Major for three.
Good closeout.
Guidi the rebound. They're going to say he stepped on the baseline, and it'll be shorter basketball.
Hot dogs are available in the concession stand for $1.
And they're calling a technical foul on shorter.
Technical foul.
It'll be Tavon
Number 10, Tavon
Major.
His first technical. Second personal foul.
So Tyler Updike will shoot the technical foul, and these officials really are not putting up with anything here tonight. Updike misses that one. That's the first free throw missed by Montevallo. And misses the second one as well. And so Shorter will inbound here. Burnett, great defense there by Bruff. Jones comes up with the rebound. And Gilbert will take it the other way. And Shorter is now in the bonus, so since Deshaun Jones committed that foul, Shorter will shoot here. All right. Well, it looks like they're going to inbound, but
yeah, they was on defense.
Drew Thomas here. Mason kicks out to Potter. From three, no good.
Good defense.
And Montevallo has really been defending the arc very well. Shorter shooting just 22% from beyond the arc today. Under 4.5 to go here in the game. 13-point lead for the Falcons. And Gilbert commits to travel. It'll be Shorter basketball.
Personal foul, number 12, Tyler Bruff. His fourth personal. Substituting in for Shorter, number 33, Joseph Bonnet.
Jamar, Deshaun, be set on your screen.
Rough to inbound here, 67-56. Jones will bring it forward from Montevallo. Jones out to Gilbert. Updike nearly loses the ball but gets it back. Five on the shot clock. Gilbert will drive in. And they're going to get Drew Thomas with the foul. And with that, we'll have a media timeout. Montevallo up 67-56. Stay with us here on Montevallo for You. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor. The University of Montevallo 2. The University of Montevallo Fight Zone.
Goes out of bounds off a shorter. And it seemed as if that could have been an easy bucket by Julio if Jamar Gilbert would have made a smarter pass. Bruff for three. No good.
Julio kept it alive.
Yeah, Tyler Updike came flying in there as well.
Good backdoor cut.
Deshaun Jones can't lay it in. He had Julio cutting. He could have bounced it in there to him. Major, no good. Julio, another rebound.
That's his 10th one.
Updike gets blocked.
Ooh.
And they're going to get Deshaun Jones to the blocking foul on the other end.
Personal foul, number 10, Deshaun Jones, his 5th personal.
And that is, I believe that is the 5th, either 4th or 5th on Deshaun Jones. Be the 4th foul on Jones.
Substituting in for Montevallo, number 4, Alec Mandelica.
And it actually will be 5 fouls for Deshaun Jones, so he is done for the day. And Alec Mandelica checks in for his first appearance, a freshman from Maine. Burnett knocks down that free throw. So it's still a 10-point game with 2:19. What does Montevallo need to do here down the stretch to secure this win?
Take care of the ball and make their free throws.
Updike. Ahead to Bruff. Over to Gilbert, who will slow
pull it
things
out.
down. And Potter fouls Gilbert there, so he will go to the line for a 1-and-1.
Team foul number 8.
And that one misses. But Jamar Gilbert comes up with the rebound again. And this fouled again. They're going to call an intentional foul here against number 15, Josh Burnett. So Gilbert will shoot the free throw here with the 10-point lead. And misses that one off the back of the rim. And free throws were something they were doing so well at. And here down the stretch, they've missed 4 free throws now. And Jamar Gilbert makes that one. 11-point game with 2:06 to go. Bruff to inbound. Over to Gilbert, who is fouled by Potter.
Personal foul number 0, Monty Potter. His second personal, 10th team foul.
And Gilbert just made one and missed one at the line. We'll go back to it. And misses that one. And the second one misses as well. You mentioned got to make your free throws down the stretch, and Montevallo not doing that right now.
This is a crucial time.
Major out to Drew Thomas. No good. Updike corrals the rebound, and he is fouled. Updike is 0 of 2 from the line today.
Personal foul number 1, Drew Thomas, his third personal.
What?
Updike makes that free throw. (70 to 57), 13-point lead, 1:47 to go. And Montevallo just could not get the rebound there. And Bobbitt is fouled, so he'll go to the line.
Personal foul number 13, Julio Queedy. His second personal. Shooting 2 for short, number 33, Joseph Bobbitt.
And Bobbitt makes that free throw. It's a 12-point game.
Hey, Jamar Gilbert, throw it in. Tyler, get over. Jamar, throw it in.
Bobbitt makes a second 11-point game with 1:35 to go. Both teams with 10 fouls.
Take care of it. Take care of it. They got a foul.
Bruff over to Gilbert, who smacks, and Burnett smacks Gilbert in the face.
Blue team, 1-5.
And Burnett was just called with a flagrant foul not too long ago against Gilbert. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I mean, anytime you hit someone in the face, I think it would warrant more than just a normal foul, and the officials are going to discuss it here. Because Burnett did come flying in just carelessly with his hands.
Yeah, he really didn't have a chance of getting the ball.
Yeah. So we'll see what the officials come up with here. And if it is, it'll be Burnett's second intentional foul. We'll see what the decision is. And they're just going to keep it at a normal foul. The officials said that Burnett was going for the ball. Maybe they had a better angle than we did. So Gilbert will just shoot 2 free throws. And Gilbert continues to struggle from the line here down the stretch. 1 of 7 now. And finally gets one to go. And Potter, I don't know how he got that ball to go in. Working some magic down there. And Coach Anderson will take a timeout with 1:21 to go, and it's a 10-point game. Not out of reach for Shorter.
No. Couple stops, they can get back in, but Montevallo got to take care of the ball.
Yep.
Get it up. And make free throws. This one, it really matters. It matters the whole game, but it really matters now.
And we have not seen Jeremiah Curtis or Chris Williams come into the game after they were subbed out after committing technical fouls. If this game gets closer, do you think we'll see them come back in?
I can't say. He might give in, he might not. But I'm trying to win, so.
Well, they got the 10-point lead for now. On the floor is Gilbert, Bruff, Updike, Guidi, and Medekina for Montevallo. And make it across half court, and Gilbert's fouled, and that's the one that you want to foul if you're Shorter. Surprised that Coach Young hasn't pulled Gilbert from the game in the situation where they're going to foul because of how poorly he shot here down the stretch from the line. Makes that one.
Substitute again for Shorter, number 34, Jonathan Mason.
Gilbert knocks down both. Makes me eat my words. 73-61, Montevallo lead. And we are now under a minute. Montevallo just needs to get it across half court. Updike over to Bruff. And Medekina was wide open. I don't think Bruff saw him, but he is fouled by Mason. And as Bruff goes to the line, let's see what's up next for Montevallo. They will go on the road to Mississippi as they take on Delta State on the 13th, and then turn around on Saturday the 15th to take on Mississippi College, a tough 2-game road test, as Delta State is 3rd in the conference. 5-2 overall as Bruff knocks down both. Burnett, 3 no good. Rebound, Updike. And he gets it out to Bruff. 38 seconds to go. Looks like Montevallo will hold on here. And Tyler Bruff will just dribble out the remaining 9 seconds of the shot clock and take the shot clock violation here. And with 10.9, Shorter will have the final possession here in Trustmark Arena. And Drew Thomas will fire a 3. Misses it, rebound to Potter. 3 on the game clock. Air balls out of bounds with .4. All Montevallo has to do is inbound. And that's the game. Montevallo knocks off Shorter 75-61 here in Trustmark Arena. And Montevallo will return back to Trustmark Arena on January 18th to face Christian Brothers. And what a great win. What we see in that game, Shaquem?
We saw a lot of ups and downs. Montevallo just came up. They had to get it together. Wasn't looking too good at the beginning. Got it together and finished strong.
And they get their second win in a row. And we're going to talk to Deshaun Jones here in a second. So stay with us here on Montevallo For You. We'll be right back and talk to Deshaun Jones. .61 win. Talk about what your team did to get this win without Jamar Taylor.
We just had to play smart. We just had to do everything. You know, coach told us to play. They like to play at a slow pace. So you know, we try to push it and speed it up a little bit for them.
Early in the game, y'all had 5 turnovers, and then y'all limited that for the rest of the first half. How did y'all stop that?
Just slowing down. You know, we was rushing ourselves, and you know, we were trying to make the home run play, but you know, we got it together, and you know, we made a smart play.
All right, Deshaun, congrats on the win, 75-61, and thanks for joining us here, and good luck on the 2-game road trip in Mississippi.
All right, appreciate it.
Well, that'll do it for us here in Trustmark Arena as Montevallo gets the win, 75-61 over Shorter, and improves to 8-8 overall, and we're actually get a chance to talk to assistant coach Duncan Hudson here. Coach Hudson, talk about being able to get this win, especially since this is a team that beat West Alabama on the road.
Happy with how it ended. Just some of the extracurricular activity that was happening, but it's a big win because we were tied with them in conference, and they were coming off a big road win at West Al. I mean, they had 2 conference wins, we had 2 conference wins, and in this league you want to definitely beat the teams you're tied with or below you and just keep separating yourself from those guys.
And coming up, you have the tough 2-game road test on the road, Delta State and Mississippi College. How important are those games?
They're really big. Delta State, depending on what they do tonight at West Florida, could be tied for first or in 3rd or 4th place tied. Mississippi College, they're playing really well right now. Both teams are totally different. Delta State's going to play like Shorter and like Lee does, won it in the 50s or 60s, and play a slow-paced game. So we're just going to have to grind it out and be really good with scout and personnel and just execute the game plan.
And the biggest thing early on here was the offense seemed to struggle, and it wasn't really shooting. It was turning the ball over. 5 turnovers just in the first 8 minutes, and then only have 1 the remainder of the first half. What did y'all do just to turn that around?
We just talked to them about just passing more. Well, we got some guys that like to dribble a lot, and Right now, we got to be a team that just pass and moves and cuts, get the ball movement. When we're doing that, we're really dangerous and really hard to guard. But when we got guys over dribbling and over penetrating, that's where our turnovers come from.
All right, well, Coach Hudson, thank you for joining us here again. Montevallo getting the win, 75-61, and they'll be back in action here in Trustmark Arena on January the 18th as they host Christian Brothers. And that'll do it for us for now on Montevallo for You. Signing off for Shaquem Jackson, I'm Wyatt Hall. Have a good night. See you next time.